Hi, welcome to MGFB10 Excel Workshop, Module 4, Amortization Table. In this module, I'll show you how to construct a simple amortization table in Excel. So let's open the Excel workbook, time value of money, select the last tab, Amortization Schedule. In this example, you want to buy a $500,000 penthouse condo in North York Center. You did your research, and the best deal from the competing mortgage broker is a 25-year mortgage at 2.99% compounded monthly. Using the table below, calculate the total monthly payment, and for each payment period, show the beginning and ending balances, the principal and interest payments. You know you've done it right when your final ending balance is $0. Graph it. Be sure to label your graph. Here in the middle, we provided the table to help you identify the variables that needed for your calculations. So let's go through each variable. The first variable you needed is present value, which is the principal amount that you have borrowed. In this case, $500,000. Annual interest rate, I, is at 2.99%. Loan term, this is a 25-year mortgage. Payment periods, monthly, so 12 months in a year. The total payment period, which is n times x, we will use cell referencing. D10 times x, which is D9, which equals to 300 payment periods. Period rate equals 2.99% divided by 12. The future value in this case is 0. We want to completely pay off our debt, and in the future that the value will be 0. The first thing we need to do is to calculate the total payment amount. You can either use formula, or in this case we will use equal PMT Excel function. The first variable we needed is rate. D12, comma, next variable is NPER, comma, present value $500,000, comma, future value is 0, and type is optional, and we assume that the compounding would happen at the end of the compounding period. Hit enter, and we got an answer for $2,368.46 in total payment. This is the amount that we will have to pay out to service this loan every month. It is a negative number because it is a cash outflow. Now we move to the table. The first thing we need to do here is to identify the number of periods. In this case, it is monthly. In column B, we need to list out all 300 periods starting from 0. You know we are not going to type it out all by hand. That's just plain silly. So here's how you do it. Select the first cell, B18, type 0. Move your cursor to B18 and select 0 again. Now, depending on the version of your Excel, look for an option called Series. Click on Series. In the pop-up box, make sure that the series is going to be in columns. Type linear, step value 1, and stop value at 300. Click OK. Now Excel will create a series for you of step of 1 from 0 all the way to 300. Make sure you scroll to the bottom of the screen and make sure that you have all 300 lines in place. In period 0, all we have to do is enter the ending balance. You can type 500,000 here or use cell referencing equal cell D7. Now we move to the next line. The beginning balance of period 1 would equal to the ending balance of the previous period. Using cell referencing, it would be equal G18 for total payment, since we've already calculated the value from above, we can just reference it. However, there are two very important key points to remember. We are only going to use simple formula in constructing the amortization table, so direction of cash flow is ignored. We will have to make this number a positive number, referencing D15, but making it positive, we can either use equal absolute number or just put a negative sign in front of it to make it positive. The other thing is that referencing this number should be fixated. It is not going to change throughout all 300 periods. This is a constant number, so we need to anchor this number. If you remember from previous module, F4 on your keyboard will help anchor D15. Now that we know the total payment is made out of two components, principal repayment and interest payment. We first focus on interest payment. The interest payment is simply the beginning balance times period rate. Using cell referencing, equal beginning period times the period rate in the table. Here again, we want to anchor the period rate because the period rate will be fixated and be constant throughout all 300 periods. Now having the interest portion calculated, we can easily figure out the principal portion by simply subtracting the interest portion from the total payment. Equal total payment minus interest payment. The last item here is the ending balance, which is equal to the beginning balance minus the principal repayment. After all that work, we have now completed period 1. All we have left to do is to copy period 1 and paste it to all the rows below up to period 300. Select period 1 from C19 to G19. Hit copy, Control C. We are going to paste it to from line 2 or period 2 all the way to 300. So highlight from period 2 to 300. Control V to paste. If you do this correctly, you should get a value very close to 0 for your ending balance. Note that this is not true 0 because of a rounding error, which is normal. If you examine this value closely, you will see that it is a very small number and it will be virtually 0 in practical terms. Alternatively, there is a more advanced way of copying pasting for all 300 lines, which is called the handlebar. Instead of copying pasting, let's go back to line 1, highlight from C19 to G19, move your cursor to the bottom right corner of the selected cell. You will see the cursor would change from a white cross to a skinny black cross. Once it turned into a black cross, double click on your mouse and it would automatically fill out all the lines below all to period 300, and you should get the same result. Again, this number is very close to 0. It's not 0, but if you round it up, you would see that this is very close to 0, or almost 0. So that's it. Now you have learned how to create a simple amortization table. If you have any question, please come to any of the scheduled drop-in sessions listed here on the MGFB10 website. Thank you for watching. Good luck.